in Autzen. Jaden Lamar will take a knee. We'll see the Ducks offense. Jaden Lamar, the running back, he'll get it on first down. Huge hole left side. And he is tackled just in front of the 50-yard line. And there's a statement on the first play of the game.
What you see, and it's Jaden Lamar now, but you'll see another running back and then another running back and then tight ends and wide receivers. There's just so much pop and juice and speed. We know Oregon is known for their speed. It's a track school, but they bring that track speed down to the football field, and whether it's Lamar or someone else, a number of guys, playmakers on this Oregon offense, Jeff, they're liable to score from anywhere on the field.
Stack the line of scrimmage on first down. Moore to pass. Moore going deep. Had a man and overshot the intended receiver. Malik Benson. Moore, quick pass. That's Bryant for the catch. And gets to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 13 yards and another Ducks first down. Lamar, and he's dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Oregon State's defense gave up almost 600 yards of total offense last week against Texas Tech. Certainly they've got something to prove here. They missed 17 tackles last week.
And that's what Trent Bray, the head coach and defensive play caller, said to us. He said a lot of the mistakes are self-inflicted. It's within their own control. Certainly tackling falls into that category, and you better tackle these Oregon Ducks.
Sadiq making his way for another first down, 11 yards on that pitch and catch from Moore. Hand it to Lamar, right up the gut. Lamar brought down by his ankles. Jaheim Patterson on the stop. Back shoulder throw, Moore catch, Moore reaches. Touchdown Oregon.
Previous play is under review.
Is the ball across the plane when that knee is down? It looks like he is maybe the laces short.
I think, let's see, is his knee not down yet? Not down yet. Knee's down there. That is close.
After review, the ball did break the plane before the runner's knee was down. Touchdown.
Okay.
Officials with a quick Sappington kicks it away. Handed off. Hankerson met right at the line of scrimmage. Bryce Betcher was in there on the stop after a gain of 2.
Oregon State has to stay on schedule against this Oregon defensive line. You need all the best players you can get on the field.
Empty the backfield. Murphy floats it over and hammered right at the point of attack. Jerry Mixon laid the hit and forced the incompletion. 3rd and 8.
It's the area Oregon State does not want to live in. Look at the pressure look. Let's see if they come or drop the linebackers out.
They bring 4. Murphy going up top. Murphy overshot his intended receiver. He's looking for Trent Walker. 4th down.
Now check this out. Look where the punter is aligned. Only 10 yards past the line. They've had trouble snapping the ball.
Got it away. Bringing some heat too. Bryant juggles with it. Stays on his feet. He's across the 30 and out of bounds. Great atmosphere here at Autzen Stadium as Lamar to the left of Dante Moore. Moore to pass. Moore steps up. He's got some room and leans to the 40-yard line. Another back shoulder throw. He's got
goodness.
DeCorian Moore with another great catch. 4 straight completions for Moore. Handed off to Lamar. Lamar hit, shed 1, and then gained tackle by Oregon State at the 40-yard line. Here's a shot downfield again, and couldn't hang on to it. And we're looking for DeCorian Moore again. Ooh, ball is deflected. 4th down and 7, and the offense is still on the field for Oregon.
Look at this coverage. Looks like it's zero coverage by Oregon State. It's going to be one-on-one coverage up top.
Bringing pressure. Moore gets rid of it, hit and dropped, and Oregon State holds. Salahidin Allah is the running back. Allah gets it, tries the left guard, and stonewalled. Audible up the middle, breaking a tackle and getting a 1st down. Murphy throws incomplete. Wells back on the field after he got crunched on the first play of the game for Oregon State's offense. Allah gets the carry and ankle tackled. Timeout, Oregon State.
Timeout, Oregon State. Their first of the half.
Trent Bray uses his first timeout. 3rd down coming up for Oregon State. Pressure coming to set up the screen. It's dialed up beautifully. Hankerson out in the open field, brought down 1st down, Oregon State.
Oregon did not see that coming, and a nice play call, nice 1st down by Hankerson.
Murphy all by himself, wide open catch, and there's going to be a flag. Walker made the play.
Ineligible player downfield offense. Number 71. 5-yard penalty.
Going backwards, penalties have killed their offense all year long. Hankerson bleeding his way forward close to the 40-yard line. Still behind the sticks. 2nd and 13. Handoff, Hankerson right side, lots of room. Hankerson in the open across the 25-yard line. This ground game going, they average 71 yards a game on the ground. Hankerson again, a jump stop, and picks up 2. And everybody moving except for the center. Left side of the offensive line got the call.
Yeah. You just can't do it.
False start. Offense. Number 8. 5-yard penalty.
Get to the outside. Allah trying to get to the corner. He will, and pushed out of bounds. Murphy right side, wide open, caught. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. Taz Reddix from the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal. They go shotgun and now go under center for Murphy. Handed off up the middle. Hankerson not going to get there. Stonewalled. I formation. Jake Reichel in the game as a fullback. Drive that has lasted almost 7 minutes. Handed off again. Head down. Hankerson, did he get across? No, they're going to mark him short. 13th play of the drive. Murphy hands off. Hankerson walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State.
That drive right there, and it started with the 4th down stop. So critical for Oregon State's confidence in this game.
Handed off to Lamar on 1st down. Lamar through the left side, chugging his way through and finally tripped up. 129th meeting. 2 schools separated by just 47 miles, Oregon and Oregon State. Time winding down in this first quarter. Hand it off again to Lamar. And knocked down. Put Bryant in motion. Pressure coming. Ball tipped. Almost intercepted. Conrad Hussey got his hands in there. The newest Oregon State Beaver.
Dante just did not see him, and almost an interception.
Just came to Corvallis after his issues at Florida State and immediately into the lineup. Conrad Hussey saw that ball tipped at the line of scrimmage as well. Third down for the Ducks. Moore escapes. Moore right down the middle. A flag comes out. Moore slides. It's a first down, but it looks like this one's coming back.
Holding offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty, third down.
Isaiah World, that's their first penalty of the day for Oregon. Didn't have any last week.
Looking like there he is right there. Big number 76, 6'8". You see he's got his arm wrapped around and hugging him. It's an easy call for the official. Let's see what the play call is here for Will Stein, backed up on 3rd and 16. Don't have to snap it.
And they just let the first quarter run out, and that's what the Ducks are going to do. Moore to pass. Moore had it deflected at the line of scrimmage. Second tip ball of this drive. And the Beavers force a punt. Nico Taylor looked like he got his hand in there.
Yep, he's their best defensive lineman. He leads the team in pressures, and there he was able to get home and get right in Dante Moore's face. But really, it was great coverage in the back end. That was just good team defense on third down. There was no one open either.
James Ferguson Reynolds to kick it away. Just his 5th punt. Walker let it go out of bounds.
Give me the emotional spectrum of when you take the field for this game.
Man, you truly understand how important it is, the magnitude. It's almost kind of like Cowboy and Eagles, right? The Eagles fans, they'll tell you all season long, it doesn't matter if you lose every game, beat the Cowboys. Here it's the same exact thing. So the emotions of knowing you got to win, bragging rights, being right up the road, there's a lot that goes into it.
It's a 4th down pickup. We were just watching it. Getting to the outside, we got a 2nd down and 9 for Oregon State on their 3rd drive. Just forced the Ducks to punt. Murphy to pass. Murphy has a catch. He threaded that one beautifully to Wells for a first down for Oregon State. And he's on time. He's been really successful this year. Handed off to Ala, and he is dropped. Tuyoti on the stop. Put it in the belly of Hankerson. Pushes forward for a gain of maybe 2. Murphy down the middle, and it's intercepted. Kingston Lopa comes away with the interception. Oregon State will punt. A.J. Windsor will kick it away. Gary Bryant is back deep.
Really important to watch this. You see Oregon, they're coming after it.
Off the side of his foot. Bryant again with the second bobble. Oh, the Beavers covered beautifully. The Ducks are going to have really tough field position. Got Mekhi Hughes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's on the field right now. His first run of the ball game. Put it in his stomach, and he gets across the 10-yard line, pushing those legs across the 15. Terps 4-0 as they upset Wisconsin in Wisconsin. Short gain, and they're going to push the pile and give a first down to Oregon. So a gain of 4 on the play.
You want to get settled into the game, and they have the ability to get in and play big boy football and just run the ball at you.
Moore to pass. Moore flushed out. He's going to run, and he's brought down.
I like to see that.
Picked up 4, got pancaked.
Players just talk about Dante's leadership. He's not a vocal guy, he's not a rah-rah guy, but I think that play is an example of maybe, what do the kids say, his aura? They just gravitate to him.
I like what you did there.
Lamar on the carry.
Keep going outside.
Yeah.
Keep going outside and you're still running.
How about a running back saying, no, pull it back. Kenyon, they know you're in the booth. They're putting it in the running back's hands.
Listen, I love it. I love to see it. I'm all about running the rock.
Moore to pass again. Moore across the middle. Catch. It's like Sadiq.
He would have hit his head on the goalpost.
Now they're taking a shot. They got a man. Incomplete. Decorian Moore, the intended receiver.
Well, and talking to Dante, he said this was an emotional week for him. When he was at UCLA his freshman year, he had a really bad game against the Oregon State Beavers and wanted to come out here and play a much better game.
So 3 Beavers bringing down Kenyon Sadiq.
Ken, that's the great thing about this rivalry. It doesn't matter what your record is or what you were the game before or the weeks before. When you get to this game, it's going to bring the best out of you, and we're seeing that out of Oregon State.
That dummy snap count, Dante's able to see. It looked like Oregon State was bringing pressure. Now they're checking out of it, maybe playing more zone coverage.
Moore goes to the outside.
Wow.
Nice throw and a great catch by Benson to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs for the Ducks. Lamar tries to get to the outside, hit by 1, and a pair of Beavers bring him down at the 40-yard line. Cord Shaw with the initial hit. We're at the 40-yard line here after a loss of 6. Oregon's going backwards. They have not had a lot of negative plays this year. Moore goes to the corner, and the jump ball caught. There's Benson again. Coverage was not bad from Glasper, the freshman corner.
It's a great
play
defense.
by Benson.
Great defense, just a better play.
Yeah. And the location on those back shoulder fades has been lights out today.
From the 29, Lamar slips through the first wave and picks up 8.
These Oregon wide receivers are technicians. It's a good release, but like you guys said, it's actually great coverage. But when the ball, that's a perfect ball. These back shoulder fades, you don't want to throw it 10 feet in the air, but about 8.5, 9 feet, like a rebound effectively. Malik Benson goes up to get it. He's got that long speed, track speed. And Dante did a great job of giving him a chance to come down with that.
I was up here during spring ball and got to see Malik practice, and I'm so happy to see the consistency that he's coming with, because this isn't where he was during spring ball. So to see this, it's a beautiful thing for this team.
Moore, end zone, Sadiq, touchdown Ducks. 3rd touchdown of the year for Kenyon Sadiq. Capped a 92-yard touchdown drive. Sappington kicks it through, and the Ducks are back out in front by 7. Returnable for the Beavers. David Wells hammered at the 20-yard line. It's the 2nd time that he has been crushed by a Duck defender. Hankerson on the carry, picks up 5. They've had some space to run the football.
If Oregon wants to reach their goals, that they have to stop the run and win at the line of scrimmage. Right now, the Beavers are winning that battle.
Hankerson goes right guard again, brings up 3rd down.
It's number 1, Bear Alexander, the transfer. Is right here, right behind the official, lined up over the center.
Murphy running the option. Murphy's going to keep it. Murphy, I'm not sure he got there. Betcher came in and laid him out. They gave him the 30. Might be enough for a 1st down, and it will be. Just enough.
There's a good play call there by Oregon State, too, running away from the noise in the middle of the defense.
Handed off Hankerson again. Met maybe a gain of 1.5 yards. Betcher again with another tackle.
Often decide these close games.
And the quarterback, Gabari Johnson, is in the game. They're going to run the sweep to the outside. Blockers in front, goes outside, and then hit and dropped again. Betcher is all over the field.
Run defense is team defense. It's a great point there, Jeff.
Oregon State's going to hold off until a 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes to go in the first half.
This is Trent Walker, their #1 wide receiver, really hurt Oregon in their matchup last year, the go-to guy in these situations.
Murphy tries to get to the outside, some contact, no flags, no nothing, looking for Reddicks. 4th down coming up. Kick is away, it's a beauty.
Wow.
And it bows into the end zone. 66-yard kick for a touchback from Windsor. We'll be back to Eugene in just a moment. De'Air Hill, his first action. He gets it on the pitch. Hill, home run, a hitter, slips one and out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
It's immediately apparent when he touches the ball that he's just got a different gear to him. Home run hitter is the perfect word to describe, but no rush on this drive. There's plenty of time. Oregon with all 3 of their timeouts. Nice start to the drive there with a 7-yard chunk run.
Hill had a 66-yard touchdown last week at Northwestern.
Ooh.
Handed off to Lamar. Gets a first down. Clock will stop as he goes out of bounds. Like some movement on the front line there. Lamar back in there. Moore back to pass. Moore with time now flushed out. He's going to run. He's got all day to run with Sadiq in front of him. Moore out of bounds inside Beaver territory at the 38-yard line, a pickup of 28. Longest run of the game for either team is Moore under center. Handed off. Lamar runs into a gang of Beaver tacklers. Skylar Thomas, first one to get his hands on him. Gain of 2.
This clock is ticking. Again, Oregon, all 3 timeouts, not using anything here.
Moore across the middle. Lamar with a catch. Lamar slips, stays on his feet inside the 25-yard line for a Duck first down.
Get that first down. The clock stops. Protecting all those 3 timeouts. Lanning choosing not to go with one here.
Clock ticking. Moore to the outside. Moore another back shoulder throw to DeCorian. Moore stays in bounds. First and goal for the Ducks. Moore to Moore. The connection's beautiful.
Man, the connection is absolutely beautiful. Those back shoulder fades. He has not missed once today.
Clock ticking. Moore to the outside. Wrapped up. McClellan made the catch, but they lose yardage. And we'll see another timeout. Got 5 touchdowns on the year, and he's got a tight end, Zach Grace, in front of him. Give it to Davison. Touchdown. Finds the end zone yet again, his 6th. Sappington kicks it off for Oregon. Touchback. Handed off Hankerson, and he's dropped right at the point of contact by Tuioti, and that'll more than likely take us to halftime in Eugene. Murphy throws on first down. It's batted down Jerry Mixon got his hand on it. Quick pass to the outside. Trying to slip through his Reddix. Gets out to the 31-yard line, third and manageable. Murphy steps up. Murphy throws across his body. Had a man open. He could have run for it as well. He tried to hit Reddix on the run. Brings up fourth down.
Reddix was wide open. That's the second time. Remember, Reddix was wide open. They dropped him down in the red zone. And once again, he's just running this post route, and it looks like there's a little bit of confusion passing him off. Aaron Flowers was the backside safety and came over top on that, but you know, if Reddix maybe could have sat down and settled in the zone, might have had a first down there.
Windsor with a good boot. Bryant makes the catch on the fly this time. Bryant past the 25-yard line and slung down. A couple of freshmen in the backfield. Get it to the outside. That's Hill on the carry. Davis in the lone setback. To pass, Moore looking deep, steps up, spins out of it.
There's not one thing you can do to slow down the Oregon offense.
Third down, and he had him wide open. Gary Bryant, first 3 and out of the day for Oregon. Ferguson Reynolds to kick it away. And he's going to run. Ferguson Reynolds picks up the first down, and the drive stays alive for the Ducks. Drive stays alive. Davison, wow, churning those legs, close to a first down. They'll give him 9 on first down.
But the Beavers were just completely out of position.
Davison with another carry. Uh-oh, first sack of the year. Dante Moore is brought down. Takari Hickle with the sack.
First sack of the year. Again, this is Oregon State's defensive line is not really known for getting pressure on the quarterback, and Alex Harkey was kind of pulling around. He was tasked to seal that edge, and Takari Hickle was able to get momentum upfield initially before he was even touched and just worked through a soft edge to sack Dante Moore.
2nd and 19. Harris in motion. Moore complete to Sadiq. Sadiq still on his feet, and it's a first down. Ball was out. Was able to land on it. Harris gets the carry. Driven backward by Dexter Foster.
He's played outstanding. I love the double teams in the middle between Pregnon and.
Nice pitch to the outside. Harris wrapped up, however. Ankle tackle that time by Vindra Wale. Bryant the motion man. 3rd and 7 for the Ducks. Pressure coming. Moore feels it. End zone. Touchdown Ducks. Jeremiah McClellan finds the end zone for the first time. Sappington to kick it away for the Ducks. Another touchback. Handoff to Hankerson. Hankerson hit. Aaron Flowers with the stop. Let's go to Ashley Adamson. Anderson Windows and Doors Studio Update. Murphy to throw, trying to set up the screen, and it's blown up by that defense from Oregon. Set the screen again, and it falls incomplete. Hankerson was the intended receiver. Murphy had heat on him.
Well, I think there was only one Oregon Duck in the area. They were able to complete that, likely a first down and much more.
Oh, good punt. Bryant, returnable Bryant up the seam. Bryant still on his feet and hammered at the 35-yard line. Return of 18 from Gary Bryant. Total yards since the beginning of the second quarter, dominated by Oregon. Slipped to the outside, Benson, and he is dropped. Shamar Meikle with the stop, no gain. Total domination from the Ducks. And their defense has stepped up.
Yeah. Their offense is almost, it's like a tsunami wave, a tidal wave. It's just inevitable that they're going to put up points.
There's a screen to the tight end, Johnson. Johnson across the 35-yard line and near midfield.
Not a lot of opportunities on the season with Sadiq being the tight end one, but a nice tight end screen there.
I jumped you by a play. How about now we go to Chicago? Anderson Windows and Doors studio update. Davison takes the sweep. Be a first down for Oregon. Moore stacked on the bottom of the formation. Goes in motion. Handoff. That's Lamar, and he is brought down. Touchdown saving tackle by Mason White. Gain of 6 for Lamar. Doesn't matter who the running back is, Jake. This offensive line is opening hole after hole for any of these Ducks.
It's relentless. It's like a hockey team, just a line change, and then in comes another stud running back, and Noah Whittington, he's their RB1. He's not even playing.
Moore checks it down to Lamar, who makes the catch. He's got a first down, hurdles a man, and gets out of bounds. What is it about us? We always see a Duck hurdle somebody.
I mean, that must have been 4 feet in the air.
Moore again to pass. Moore running out of time. He's going to run. He's got the corner. And Moore run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. First down and goal. They marked him at the 8-yard line. Davison and Hill, 2 running backs behind Moore. Handoff goes to Hill. Slips a tackle. He's inside the 5.
That's the future of the Oregon Ducks backfield, the 2 freshmen.
Davison, the lone setback now. Chewing up clock, coming up on the 2-minute mark, and we've got movement on that offensive line. Looked like the right tackle, Harkey.
False start, offense, number 77, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Alex Harkey's like, what the heck? Thought he got away with one.
Moore's going to run again. Moore leans forward back to that 5-yard line.
Such impressive patience this entire drive by Dante Moore and Will Stein.
On third down, Moore going end zone, incomplete. Was looking for Saliapaga. 24-yard try for Sappington. And it's up and good. Fair catch called for.
Betcher pumping up the crowd, wants to bring him back into this game.
Murphy pulls it out. He's going to throw it. He's going deep. Incomplete. Looking for Zach Card, sophomore wideout. Johnson to throw to the outside, incomplete. A lot of zip on that pass to Reddix.
And drops have plagued.
Fumbled snap, Johnson throws it, it's complete. Caulfield upended at the 31-yard line. Spoken from experience. Ooh, almost got home on the punt. Decorian Moore is back to receive it. Moore's got it. There's a bunch of Beavers right in front of him. Four straight scoring drives for the Ducks offense. Handed off Davison, left side. First play of the fourth quarter for the Ducks. Handed off, that's Hughes. Hughes down the left side. Across midfield, his first big burst as a Duck. Moore to pass, Moore going deep, he's got Bryant. Gary Bryant, end zone. Touchdown Ducks. It's been a very balanced attack per usual for Oregon. Over 500 total yards. With all the guys that they lost last year to the NFL draft. That's what Dan Lanning said to us in week 1. He said we may be deeper than we were a year ago.
I didn't believe him at first, honestly, but it's certainly there on tape.
In and out of the hands of Trent Walker. And Murphy's struggles continue. Caught by Wells. Gain of 5. Third down and 5 for the Beavers. Murphy to pass again. And it's incomplete, almost picked. Moore back again. Moore going to the sideline and out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Handoff goes to Hill, left side. Hill almost stayed on his feet. Gets the 49-yard line. If he's able to survive the hurdle, he's off to the races.
I'd say that's the one thing missing from Oregon's offense today. There's no explosive run, but they've been close a number of times.
The longest run of the day belongs to Dante Moore. Handed off again. Shuffles forward for a first down.
What is it?
Moore is trying to get it to Decorian Moore. And a flag is down in the lap of Dante Moore.
Get rough in the passer.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Outside Bryant trying to make a move and dragged down. Jaleel Tucker on the stop. 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter.
Second and 17. Let's just see the thought process of Will Stein here. What's he going to do to try to get this back into a third manageable? Or look at the defensive shell right here. It's single high safety. I wonder if they take a shot and go at him in the back end.
More to pass. Oh, Johnson, a nice job picking up that block. There's a catch. Got a flag down. Are they going to get a push in the back on the block from Jamari Johnson in the backfield?
So. That's right where the flag was.
Would negate a 20-yard gain.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 9. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Corner blue, no?
Miscommunication. 3rd and forever. They run the draw play. Trying to spin out of it was Jay Harris. He'll pick up a few. The 4th down coming up for the Ducks.
Bring up 4th down for
Ferguson
the Ducks
Reynolds
at the 45-yard line.
back to punt. Remember, he had a fake that he ran today for 21 yards, the 2nd longest run of the day. His longest punt this season is 39 yards.
And if there's one thing our producer Bart Fox loves, it is a punter graphic. So that was special for you, Bart Fox.
He kicks this one a low line drive. That's going to stop at the 4-yard line. That looked like a 2-iron off of his foot. From the 4-yard line. Handed off up the middle.
Down, guys. Hey.
Cornell Hatcher gets the carry for Oregon State out to the 11-yard line. 0-3 on the season. Under 10 minutes away from getting to 0-4.
He's down.
They've got some pieces that they like. Murphy to pass over the middle. He's got his man Caulfield with the catch and run near the 35-yard line. Mark him down at the 33. But great to see that the two schools could come to an agreement earlier this week to extend the series. I know they won't play next year, but starting in 27, agreeing to play every season through 2032. It's great for the state.
Oregon State, their first of the half.
The last 3 quarters have been dominated by Oregon. Jabari Johnson in at quarterback for the Beavers. And a fumble, ball's down. Ducks have it. Bear Alexander jumped on it. Turnover by the Oregon defense.
The quarterback journeys. Jordan Birch is another example. It's just something about this culture, Jeff, that these transfers realize their full potential.
Hughes gets the carry.
It's going to be a massive test. I mean, it's not a season-defining test because one loss doesn't mean anything in this world of college football. But next week on the road, Happy Valley, night game, whiteout.
Sideline, toe tap and out of bounds. Hughes. Traditional I formation, and a timeout's going to be used.
Timeout Oregon, their first of the half.
So Dante Moore, first Oregon quarterback with 300 or more yards and 500 rushing yards. First time in this series history. This is the 129th meeting. Got the beef in there now. Handed off to Hughes. Hughes wrapped up by a slew of Beavers. 5 different running backs have had a carry today for Oregon. Running again with Hughes, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Ty G. Hill.
I think we're going to see Dante Moore as a Heisman finalist this year. I think he's going to continue the trend. Bo Nix to Dylan Gabriel to Dante Moore. Let's see, it looks like they're going to have a chance to add to those stats, potentially a throw. They got numbers out to the left.
Moore is going to go right. And a complete, no flag. Kyler Casper was the intended receiver. And now a flag comes in. Get a delay.
Delay of game, offense, number 5, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Right down the gut. Greg Hurrick kicks it through the back of the end zone for another touchback. And starting to learn that. Now Dante Moore 4.5 minutes away with his Ducks going to Happy Valley. Murphy with the screen, and he throws it off the foot of his offensive. Murphy with pressure on him, gets it to the outside, and it's dropped. Trent Walker with a drop. Let it drop. Takes an Oregon State bounce inside the 25-yard line and nestles at the 22. With Davison in motion, the handoff goes to DeJuan Riggs. Riggs on the sideline. Out past the 40-yard line. His first carry of the day is a big one. And balance too. 270 on the ground, 305 through the air. Riggs gets the carry.
He's down.
Wrapped up by Hickle.
To have a successful pass game, and every guy strains for one another to put up those type of numbers.
Riggs gets the carry. Gang tackled after a pickup of maybe 2.
I can't wait for next weekend, though. My goodness,
it's gonna be a fun night. Oh, see, no, I thought they were gonna hug. Not today. No love between the mascots, the Duck and the Benny Beaver. This is going to be a first down, and that will cinch the ball game for the Oregon Ducks. And that time can wind down. Duck wanted no part of Benny Beaver today. One kneel down from Brock Thomas, and that's going to do it. This rivalry will take a year off next year. It'll be the first time since 1945 that they don't play this rivalry game. But they'll resume it in 2027 as the Ducks with an impressive 41-7 victory tonight, and they did everything that they wanted to do.